the loss to the Indiana Pacers. And that does your confidence guys no favor. They got manhandled in that one. It wasn't pretty.
Yeah, their shooting percentage as a team in that game was in the low 30s. That tells you all you need to know, Clark.
Yeah, and it was brutal, absolutely brutal. To get your shooting percentage that low, you almost have to do it on purpose, but what you need is a unique combination of missed shots and poor shot selection. That'll get you there.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Durant outside at the 3 with Ibaka playing the power forward. Russell Westbrook out there with Roberson. And it's Adams in at the 5.
Good aggressive finish on the break.
That's as easy a 2 points as you could ask for.
Well, Jordan Hill has battled injuries, but when he's played, Clark, he's been pretty effective.
You know, Kevin, last season, around 20 minutes per game he played with the Lakers, and you could argue he should have been playing more. He was very productive in that time on the floor. More a banger than a spread for. He's not a great perimeter shooter. So the fit with their spread-out system might have limited his playing time.
Now, here's Price. He kicks it to Johnson. Second chance shot. Hill, no good. Here's Adams. Adams, right side. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And he'll try to develop his outside shot to better fit into the Lakers' offense last year, but that's not his strength. I mean, where he's best is his ability to use his size and athleticism on the boards and really defensively as well.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the score by Oklahoma City. Back to Price. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And a nice shot by Bryant.
Poor job defensively, giving him such a clear look at that three-point shot.
Here's Westbrook. 33 points last game.
And Hill is one of the best rebounders in the league. He's a quality defender as well, and he can play some center. So if he can stay healthy, I think he's a guy that can really be a player to watch.
LA's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Price kicks to Johnson. Johnson right side. Back to Price. Johnson outside. Just 5 to shoot. Takes the 3. Good.
I thought the defense really kind of slacked off there. He's going to drill those threes when he gets a good look.
Well, it was the Oklahoma City Thunder in their last game, a loss to the Warriors in Oakland.
Yeah, they gave away a lot of points at the free throw line in that game. Maybe it was being on the road. Maybe they were just out of sync, but something had them rattled.
Steve, I don't know if it was the biggest reason for that loss, but clearly the misses from the stripe had an impact.
And they forced the miss with that good defensive rotation. They're playing well together as a unit.
Here's Ibaka, and it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Well, I think this is the start they wanted. Come out and put some points up early. 3 of 4 so far. You know, you could tend to think of the Thunder as a top-heavy team with the all-stars they have, but they actually get a lot of production from their bench, which makes them a championship-caliber team.
Oklahoma City trailing. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, Byron Scott had a few moments to share with me, and my first question was, what's the plan against Kevin Durant? Probably the premier scorer in the entire league. He said, well, it starts with trying to keep the ball out of his hands, because once he catches it, you're kind of at his mercy. Guys, Durant's so long, he can just shoot over the top. When he does get the ball, expect to see some double teams.
Thanks again, Doris. And it's good. The Thunder have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Westbrook dishes to Durant. Ibaka with a screen on Johnson. Off the pick. No good off the pick.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
Kobe's shot is off. Bryant's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far outside Westbrook. Right side Westbrook, and he gets it to go. Westbrook's got his second basket.
Tell you what, he is so difficult to guard, especially on a shot like that one. So
timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Russell Westbrook returning last season from a torn meniscus suffered in the first round, Steve, of the 2013 playoffs.
Yeah, and you know, the injury ended up requiring 3 different surgeries over an 8-month span, so a real scare for the Thunder. Fortunately, you know, he came back and looked fantastic in the playoffs, and so there's less concern now over Westbrook's long-term health.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers.
You know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to put an extra body on him, get some help when he barrels his way in close. He's such a good finisher. He needs more than one guy to defend him.
Now here's Jackson. They really needed more from him in that loss to Golden State. Morrow the best to Lamb. Clock at 6. Here's Perkins. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And Westbrook is a player not only known for his explosiveness, but also his durability. He hadn't missed a game due to injury ever, dating back to high school. But a freak accident, that collision with Patrick Beverly, really took it out of his hands in terms of his consecutive games played streak.
Here's Sacre. Right now averaging 5 points a game. Young's shot is off.
He got the shot he wanted off that pick, just couldn't get it to fall.
But Steve, they'll take that play all day long, 10 times out of 10. That was good action.
Boy, he is a strong finisher on the fast break.
Yeah, he sure is. He remains in total control, even at full speed. I love that about him.
Yeah, for Westbrook, the prognosis from his meniscus repair is supposed to be good. He certainly looked explosive. Here's hoping that knee remains healthy. You love to see a great player at his best.
The Thunder have gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. And Lamb kicks to Jackson. Collison with the screen for Jackson. The drive by Collison. Over to the left wing. Here's Lamb. And the shot is long.
Looked like he rushed that one, guys. The defense was out of position. He was wide open, just couldn't take advantage.
It's all tied here in Los Angeles. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the...
Spend your
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And what stands out to you from the Lakers in this one?
Yeah, this team is on the same page, no question. They're right where they need to be offensively.
And they're hitting their scores with on-time and on-target passes, too. That's fun to watch.
So for Oklahoma City right now, Perkins is out there with Nick Collison. Then it's Jeremy Lamb. Then there's Anthony Morrow. And it's Jackson in at the point guard. Lynn with it. Boy, he just disappeared against Indiana, and they really needed him. And here's Young from the arc. Another miss by Young. Lynn dishes to Young. Boozer with the screen for Young. Some solid defense there from Jackson. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Collison with a screen on Lynn. There's the 3, and he gets the bucket. Lamb's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Thunder.
The defenders need to talk to each other. The communication lacking there on that three-pointer.
Lynn kicks to Young. Lets it go from 11, and he hits the jump shot. The Thunder with the lead. The Los Angeles Lakers, the NBA's most successful franchise over the last 3 decades, since 1980. 10, guys, count them, 10 titles.
That's remarkable, and they've led the way from a business standpoint as well, Kevin. They pioneered televising their home games where some teams had worried about undercutting ticket sales. A lot of great ideas and dynamics that have helped this franchise become what it is.
Shot is blocked.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Morrow kicks to Lamb. Perkins with the screen. Jumper off the screen. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Perkins got the lead up to 3 now for Oklahoma City.
Giving them an opportunity at second chance points with some hard work on the glass there.
And, you know, for the Lakers, no competition from football. There's not a pro football team in the LA market. And it's one of the top 2 markets in the country. And it is a basketball town. You look at their TV deal, which is really mind-boggling. It's worth about $3.6 billion over 20 years. That gives you a lot of financial firepower there.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Collison with a screen on Lynn. It's Jackson with the drive.
Boy, taking it hard to the rack for the big throwdown.
And give an unofficial assist, Clark, to his teammate for setting the screen that freed him up.
Man, good call, Kevin. That was really the key to the play.
And the Lakers call time here. And as with any timeout at this point of the game, important to go over the strategies that are working and those that are needed in terms of adjustments. And, of course, the opportunity, guys, to get hydrated with Gatorade before coming back out on the floor. We've seen some good action so far, and there's more of it to come.
Yeah, this game has been physical. It's been fast. It's been high-paced. So anytime you're in a situation like this where it's really a hard-fought game, critical to keep yourself hydrated throughout.
And Roberson kicks to Westbrook. There's a good screen. Off the screen, uses both hands to slam it down. He can fly, can he? He'll make you forget he's a point guard sometimes.
Yeah, when he does decide to attack the basket, Kevin, he can do it with the best of them.
And this is the time to attack with these two teams locked in such a close game. Well, guys, you look at the financial resources for the Lakers, not the same advantage that it once was, because with the most recent CBA, it's really restricted spending. And the question is, how will that impact the Lakers moving forward?
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, Kevin, Jeremy Lin knows that an awful lot is expected of him. He said, I'm very young in my career, and because the expectations of Linsanity are so big and the shadow is so large, sometimes I have to take a step back and remind myself the journey has just begun. It can be hard to keep things in perspective, but gentlemen, he's trying to stay grounded.
And nobody certainly will ever forget Linsanity, but it would be asking, I think, too much for Lin to be in that zone all the time. Thank you, Doris. Hill sets the screen for Kobe. And the rejection by Ibaka. And that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession.
6 seconds on the shot clock. 6.
Bryant, that's for 2. That doesn't go either for Bryant.
He has not been on his game, and you know, their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not helped the situation.
And Ibaka slams it in.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Well, they already had him staggered, and now all of a sudden they're throwing some haymakers. Well, going back a few seasons, the Thunder with a great young foundation, but they were faced with some tough financial decisions. In the end, Serge Ibaka was extended, James Harden was traded. Now most would argue that Harden is the better player, but of course, as far as fit is concerned, Ibaka, I think, was the right choice because of his defensive prowess.
And a nice shot by Bryant. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
Wes Johnson, the former #4 pick back in 2010. He was a bust in Minnesota, but he shot better in his 4th season. And once he was moved to kind of a small 4, like the shooting power forward spot, he really found a niche for himself.
Here's the screen. And Westbrook, here we go. And he takes that one up and powers it through. Tremendous stuff from a guy, Clark, we think more of for his passing.
Yeah, but he's got tremendous leaping ability and a surplus supply, too.
Well, that's a great aggressive move, and 2 big points, too.
Davis, the pass to Kobe. Kicks it out to Johnson. Shot clock at 6. Back to Kobe for the 3. Again, the miss by Kobe. And Wesley Johnson has always been impressive physically. Great size, terrific length for a wing, quick off the floor.
Yeah, he's got all of those ingredients, but his ball handling has been a bit mediocre, rather pedestrian, and I think that's held him back offensively.
Price dishes to Davis. Right side Davis. Back to Price. Pass to Bryant. Good. Bryant's got 11.
Man, a gaping hole in the defense that time, and he didn't waste any time getting through it.
Westbrook with it. That will count. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
How How about that one? A perfect finish to the half for them to tack another 3 points onto their lead.
And so that's the end of the first half. Thunder out in front, leading by 7. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.